Let us try to remember the Divine Master for some time. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hare Om Tat Sat. Om Stavakaya Cha Dharmasya Sarvadharmasvarupine Stavakaya Cha Dharmasya Sarvadharmasvarupine Avataravariष्ठाय Ramakrishna Te Namah. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Mrityorma mritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let us offer salutations to Sri Ramakrishna, the Supreme Incarnate on this earth, the embodiment of all religions, who came to dispel the darkness of ignorance and lighted the lamp of knowledge, who came to demonstrate spiritual love. He wanted to share his experiences in spiritual life with all those who were sincerely seeking the truth. Sri Ramakrishna said, "It is God alone who has planted in man's mind free will." It's a very important subject. Those who have not realized God would become engaged in more and more sinful actions if God had not planted in them the notion of free will. Sin would have increased if God had not made the sinner feel that he alone was responsible for his sin. Those who have realized God are aware that free will is a mere appearance. In reality, man is the machine and God its operator. Man is a carriage and God its driver. These are the precious words spoken by Sri Ramakrishna. People are hectic. They feel that they have to be active in the way in which they want it. So the world is going on. Swami Brahmanandaji, one of the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, whose birthday we are celebrating on Monday evening 7 o'clock, he said, this freedom of the will is in reality the freedom of the Atman within. Within each one of us there is free will. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, awaken the power of that self which is within you. After all, what is the meaning and purpose of spiritual practices and disciplines? What's the use of all this? It is just to strengthen this will the will to attain God in this very life. Because how best I can make use of this opportunity? That's the important point. As the mind becomes purer, the will becomes stronger. Why we are weak? Because we are impure. It is nothing but laziness to relax this will and think that in some future time you will realize God. People talk like this always. Let me have some fun in the life. That is how they put in the modern way. Fun. When the fun is over, there is no time for him to think of God. Death will be waiting for him. Come on. Your time is over. Take the case of Buddha. What tremendous determination he had. Here and there he searched for truth for some years. Finally he sat himself down under a tree. He determined to realize God then and there or die in the attempt. So he had to make this firm resolve. That's what is needed. Spiritual life is possible only if you have strong will, not namby-pamby. No. Spiritual life is far away from such people. You must be upright, sincere to the core. You must not be insincere even for a fun. Little by little, and with untiring patience, you must free yourself from all mental distractions. Mental distractions. Millions. Unless you exert yourself properly, where is the hope? To get away from all these disturbances. So all these distractions can be done away with only with the help of the intelligent will. Unless we are willing to understand, none can convince us. There is a story which was told by Swami Brahmanandaji. He said, there was a king. He said he would gift half of his kingdom to anyone who would teach him the preparation of the puffed rice. Many came and explained, because half the kingdom will come. Why not I get? So everybody was anxious to show him. So they came and explained how to prepare the puffed rice. And even they demonstrated. But at the end the king would simply say he did not understand. How could he? He simply would not. We are also like him. Who does not know that this world is transitory? But we refuse to feel convinced, lest we also have to give away half the kingdom. What is that half the kingdom? The enjoyments of the world. Enjoyments of the world. Until and unless you give up them, You have no hope to realize God. Forget God about it. All bunkum stories they tell outside. If you have to realize God, you must give up enjoyments. Swami Brahmanji said, once a devotee came to see him. He is a staunch believer in Purushakara, free will and free agency. I am so and so. If I do, I can do. Maharaj understood, saw him. Then he spoke about the other side, that of the destiny. Maharaj said, look, we have seen both these aspects, and therefore look upon the divine will as a stronger factor. Divine will as the stronger factor. You perhaps have not seen failure in life. That's why you are so emphatic about free will. It is God who does everything. Rightly, does Tulsidas say, that profit and loss, life and death, fame and slander, all are His gifts. He is the only doer. But the plan of the world is not all for mukti, but also for bhoga, enjoyment. Thus, people plod on through joy and sorrow till they wake up and are liberated. So that waking up is required. That's why the holy people, they take so much trouble. Even though it's extremely difficult for them, they go out of the way to awaken the people who are steeped in tamas. God is the motive power behind both virtue and vice. And behind all these is His beneficent will. Every action thus tends to an ultimate good. Swami Adbhutanandaji, one of the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, said, divine providence has given man the sense of free will and the principle of karma. It is left to man to do as he wishes. If he chooses to do actions which bring him less happiness and more misery, he alone is responsible, not God. Another important point Sri Ramakrishna tells before concluding this chapter. The Nitya and the Leela are the two aspects of reality. God plays in the world as man for the sake of His devotees. They can love God only if they see Him in a human form. It's only when Sri Ramakrishna came and told Vivekananda that he had seen God that inspired Vivekananda into spiritual life. So it is to give an awakening to us. The Mahatmas come and they show in their actual life how God could be seen, how truth to be realized. Only then people show their affection for God as their brother, sister, father, mother or child. It is just for this love of devotees that God contracts Himself into a human form and descends on earth to play his Leela. So, what is important is that we should clearly understand the significance of these teachings of Sri Ramakrishna and pay full attention to whatever he had said and put them into practice sincerely. Then you are sure to get the result before too long. That is why it is prescribed that every day part of the time should be devoted to studies. Shastra Vichar. Every day it must be done. Just like taking bath every day, you must contemplate on the spiritual ideas every day. Not a single day should be missed. And to be done in a proper way, with Shraddha, with great love, devotion and dedication, you must do the things. Then you will be able to understand the truth properly. So that concludes chapter 18. Finally, Sri Ramakrishna says, the faith in the Divine Spirit works miracles than simply reasoning. Have simple faith, live the life of purity and practice, you will attain the goal. Chapter 19 starts just now. The master and his injured arm. It was 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Sri Ramakrishna had been conversing with Rakal, Mahimacharan, Hazra and other devotees when M entered the room and saluted him. He brought with him splint, pad and lint to bandage the master's injured arm. One day, while going toward the pine grove, Sri Ramakrishna had fallen near the railing and dislocated a bone in his left arm. He had been in an ecstatic mood at the time and no one had been with him. Master said to him, "Hello, what was ailing you? Are you quite well now?" Master Maharshi said, "Yes, sir, I am all right now." Master said to Mahima, "Well, if I am the machine and God is its operator, then why should this have happened to me?" Because he got injured. The master was sitting on the couch listening to the story of Mahimacharan's pilgrimage. Mahima had visited several holy places 12 years before. Mahima said, "I found a brahmachari in a garden at Sirol in Benares. He said he had been living there for 20 years but didn't know its owner. He asked me if I worked in an office. On my answering in the negative, he said, 'Then are you a wandering holy man?' I saw a sadhu on the bank of the Narmada. He repeated the Gayatri mentally. It so thrilled him that the hair on his body stood on end. And when he repeated the Gayatri and Om aloud, it thrilled those who sat near him and caused their hair to stand on the end. The master was in the mood of a child. Being hungry, he said to M, "What have you brought for me?" Looking at Rakhal, he went into samadhi. He was gradually coming down to the normal plane. To bring his mind back to the consciousness of the body, he said, "I shall eat some jalebi. I shall drink some water." Weeping like a child, he said to the Divine Mother, "O Brahmamayi, O Mother, why hast thou done this to me? My arm is badly hurt." To the devotees, he asked, "Will I be all right again?" They consoled him as one would a child and said, "Surely you will be quite well again." Master said to Raka, "You are not to blame for it, though you are living here to look after me. For even if you had accompanied me, you certainly wouldn't have gone up to the railing." The master again went into a spiritual mood and said, "Om, Om, Om, Mother, what is this that I am saying? Don't make me unconscious, Mother, with the knowledge of Brahman. Don't give me Brahmajnana. I am but thy child. I am easily worried and frightened. I want a mother. A million salutations to the knowledge of Brahman. Give it to those who seek it, O Anandamayi, O blissful Mother." Uttering loudly the word Anandamayi, he burst into tears and said, "Mother, this is the grief that sorely grieves my heart, that even with thee for mother, and though I am wide awake, there should be robbery in my house." Again he said to the Divine Mother, "What wrong have I done, Mother? Do I ever do anything? It is thou, Mother, who does everything. I am the machine and thou art its operator." To Rakhal, he said smilingly, see that you don't fall. Don't be picked and cheat yourself." Again addressing the mother, Sri Ramakrishna said, "Do I weep because I am hurt? Not at all. Mother, this is the grief that sorely grieves my heart, that even with thee for mother, and though I am wide awake, there should be robbery in my house." The master was again talking and laughing like a child who, though ailing, sometimes forgets his illness and laughs and plays about. Master said to the devotees, "It will avail you nothing unless you realize Chidananda. There is nothing like discrimination and renunciation. The worldly man's devotion to God is momentary, like a drop of water on a red-hot frying pan. Perchance he looks at a flower and exclaims, 'Oh, what a wonderful creation of God.'" Sri Ramakrishna is explaining worldly man's devotion. One must be restless for God. If a son clamors persistently for his share of the property, his parents consult with each other and give it to him even though he is a minor. God will certainly listen to your prayers if you feel restless for him. Since he has begotten us, surely we can claim our inheritance from him. He is our own father, our own mother. We can force our demand on him. We can say to him, "Reveal thyself to me or I shall cut my throat with a knife." Sri Ramakrishna taught the devotees how to call the Divine Mother. Master said, "I used to pray to her in this way, 'O Mother, O blissful one, reveal thyself to me. Thou must.' Again I would say to her, 'O Lord of the lowly, O Lord of the universe, surely I am not outside thy universe. I am bereft of knowledge. Surely I am not outside thy universe. I am bereft of knowledge. I am without discipline. I have no devotion. I know nothing. Thou must be gracious and reveal thyself to me. Thus the Master taught the devotees how to pray. They were deeply touched. Tears filled Mahimacharan's eyes. Sri Ramakrishna looked at him and sang. Cry to your mother Shyama with a real cry, O mind. And how can she hold herself from you? How can Shyama stay away? Several devotees arrived from Shibpur. Since they had come from a great distance, the Master could not disappoint them. He told them some of the essentials of spiritual life. Master said, God alone is real, but all else illusory. The garden and its owner, God and its splendor. But people look at the garden only. How few seek out the owner. A devotee asked, Sir, what is the way? Master said, discrimination between the real and the unreal. One should always discriminate to the effect that God alone is real and the world unreal. And one should pray with sincere longing. Devotee asked, but sir, where is our leisure for these things? Probably he must be American devotee. Master said, those who have the time must meditate and worship, but those who cannot possibly do so must bow down wholeheartedly to God twice a day. He abides in the hearts of all. He knows that worldly people have many things to do. What else is possible for them? You don't have time to pray to God. Therefore give him the power of attorney. But all is in vain unless you attain God and see him. Another devotee said, Sir, to see you is the same as to see God. Master said, don't ever say that again. The waves belong to the Ganges, not the Ganges to the waves. A man cannot realize God unless he gets rid of all such egotistic ideas as I am such an important man or I am so and so. Level the mound of I to the ground by dissolving it with tears of devotion. Devotee asked, why has God put us in the world? Master said, to perpetuate his creation. It is his will, his maya. He has deluded man with lust and gold. Devotee, why has he deluded us? Why has he so willed? Master said, if but once he should give man a taste of divine joy, then man would not care to lead a worldly life. The creation would come to an end. The grain dealer stores rice in huge bags in his warehouse. Near them he puts some puffed rice in a tray. This is to keep the rats away. The puffed rice tastes sweet to the rats and they nibble at it all night. They do not seek the rice itself. But just think, one share of rice yields 14 shares of puffed rice. How infinitely superior is the joy of God to the pleasure of lust and gold. To one who thinks of the beauty of God, the beauty of even Rambha and Tilottama, the celestial damsels, appears as but the ashes of a funeral pyre. Devotee, why do we not feel intense restlessness to realize him? Sri Ramakrishna said, a man does not feel restless for God until all his worldly desires are satisfied. He doesn't remember the mother of the universe until his share of enjoyment of lust and gold is completed. A child absorbed in play doesn't seek his mother, but after his play is over, he says, "Mother, I must go to my mother." Hriday's son was playing with the pigeons, calling to them, "Come, ti." When he had had enough of play, he began to cry. Then a stranger came and said, "Come with me, I will take you to your mother." Unhesitatingly, he climbed on the man's shoulders and was off. Those who are eternally free do not have to enter worldly life. Their desire for enjoyment has been satisfied with their very birth. At 5 o'clock in the afternoon, Dr. Madhusudan arrived. While he prepared the bandage for the master's arm, Sri Ramakrishna laughed like a child and said, "You are the Madhusudan of both this world and the next." Because Madhusudan is the name of Lord Krishna. Dr. Madhusudan said smilingly, "I only labor under the weight of my name." Master said smilingly, "Why? Is the name a trifling thing? God is not different from his name." Very important. Satyabhama, one of the queens of Lord Krishna, tried to balance Krishna with gold and precious stones but could not do it. Then Rukmini, another queen, put a tulsi leaf with the name of Krishna on the scales that balanced the Lord. We shall stop here. Yeah. Any comments? If a person transcends the mind and establishes himself in that mode, then where is the question of coming back again? Because Nirvikalpa Samadhi means mind should be completely free from any kind of vrittis. So when the mind is completely bereft of all the vrittis, just before the Samadhi, it should be filled up with one type of vritti. That's called Brahmakara vritti. The mind is full of that vritti only. It's only when the mind is completely filled up with that Brahmakara vritti, then only he can have that Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So once he attains that Nirvikalpa Samadhi, as Sri Ramakrishna puts it, he realizes that his mind is none other than Atman himself. So once he has attained that state and realized the truth, as far as that person is concerned, he has got liberation. The question of coming back and again witnessing the things, those things do not arise. But some people like Shankaracharya, Shuka, as Sri Ramakrishna himself said, they, in spite of their complete realization of what they are, in spite of their complete awareness of what they are, still, in order to teach humanity, in order to guide the humanity out of their infinite compassion for the human beings, they retain ego. Because without ego, it's not possible to function. That's why Shankaracharya ji and all other great people, they manufactured their ego again, we should say. But ego is to be there. Without that, they cannot function. They cannot guide the people. But ordinarily speaking, all the beings do not aspire to be teachers of humanity. Then again, nobody can say who is to be the teacher. It's only the divine commandment according to divine will, it happens. Some people become spiritual masters and guide the people properly. That's what I think about this samadhi state. And another thing is, bhakti, both bhakti jnana lead to the same point of realization. Yet, the bhakta wants to retain his ego because he wants to have that taste of bliss. He doesn't want to give up that. He wants to have that. That's why Kunti says to Lord Krishna, "Oh Krishna, I am immensely satisfied and peaceful on account of your constant vision and blessings on me." That was how I could carry on my life in spite of all the sufferings coming to my children Pandavas. Now I have realized, now I am not afraid of anything in this world. I am prepared to undergo any kind of suffering. I am prepared to take any number of births. But what I want is, just as you have been gracious to show yourself to me all the time, in the same way, you must be available to me all the time in my future births. And that way, the bhaktas, they want to be born again and again. The reason is they want to serve God in human beings. That desire they don't want to give up. But the idea of service doesn't come unless their devotion has matured properly. So matured devotion makes them more compassionate, makes them come again and again. That's why Swami Vivekananda also said, I might have left this mortal frame, but I am still alive in spirit. I am ready to take any number of births for the sake of removing suffering from the people. So as Sri Ramakrishna says, even if a person has got one desire, he will have to take birth again. Then what to speak? So it depends upon the individual person's attitude to life. There's a way how he takes it. One is from the narrow life point of view. Once you have broken that limits, you have come out in the open. As long as you are in the home, you have all those limitations. Once you have come out, you are in the open, you are free. So, with that free outlook and attitude, people, speaking from the point of view of individuality, accepting multiple souls, all the jivas, etc., individual souls. There is different manifestations. But the infinite souls, there are infinite souls. That means the mind, infinite mind. One mind means one form. That's all. So, if you go to the source, it is all same. If you come to the form, they are all different. But the same power is working through all the different forms. But the degree of manifestation is different in different forms according to the shape and form of the form. So that is how I understand the things. Very good. We shall conclude. Chant the name of the Lord and His glory unceasingly, that the mirror of the heart may be wiped clean and quench that mighty forest fire, worldly lust raging furiously within. Our name streamed down in moonlight on the lotus heart, opening its cup to knowledge of thyself. O self, drowned deep in the waves of His bliss, tasting His nectar at every step, bathing in His name, that bath for weary souls. Various are Thy names, O Lord, in each and every name Thy power resides. No times are set, no rites are needful for chanting of Thy name. So vast is Thy mercy, how huge then is my wretchedness, who find in this empty life and heart no devotion to Thy name. O my mind, be humbler than a blade of grass, be patient and forbearing like a tree. Take no honor to thyself, give honor to all. Chant unceasingly the name of the Lord. O Lord and soul of the universe, mine is no prayer for wealth or retinue, the playthings of lust or the toys of fame. As many times as I may be reborn, grant me, O Lord, a steadfast love for Thee. A drowning man in this world's fearful ocean is Thy servant, O sweet one. In Thy mercy consider him as dust beneath Thy feet. Ah, how I long for the day one instant's separation from Thee, O Lord, will be as 1,000 years, when my heart burns away with its desire, and the world without Thee is a heartless void. Prostrate at Thy feet let me be in unwavering devotion, neither imploring the embrace of Thine arms, nor bewailing the withdrawal of Thy presence. Though it tears my soul asunder, O Thou who stillest the hearts of Thy devotees, do with me what Thou wilt, for Thou art my heart's beloved, Thou and Thou alone. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real, lead us from darkness to light, and lead us from death to immortality. May all be free from dangers, may all realize what is good, may all be actuated by noble thoughts, may all rejoice everywhere. May all be happy, may all be free from disease, may all realize what is good, may none be subject to misery. May the wicked become virtuous, may the virtuous attain tranquility, may the tranquil be free from bonds, may the freed make others free. May good betide all people, may the sovereign righteously rule the earth, may all beings ever attain what is good. May the worlds be prosperous and happy. May the clouds pour rain in time. May the earth be blessed with crops. May all countries be freed from calamity. May holy men live without fear. May the Lord, the destroyer of sins, the presiding deity of all sacred works, be satisfied. For He being pleased, the whole universe becomes pleased. He being satisfied, the whole universe feels satisfied.